Hi, my name is Isaac Becker, and I am the executive chef and owner of St Pierre Steak and Seafood. New American, Mediterranean, bistro style food. All the menus that I've developed, my biggest goal is to have them be different than other places. The silk handkerchiefs are one of my favorite dishes on the menu. I love simple dishes that are executed well, but yet only have a few ingredients. The silk handkerchief is an Italian pasta. I've got a million Italian cookbooks. I've been to Italy a dozen times. It's just something I read about and I wanted to try. The dough is made with flour and water, and it is really tender. It has a completely different texture compared to simulator flour with egg yolk pasta dough. The noodles are very chewy yet really delicate. And our silk handkerchief dough, it's made with sourdough starter. The noodle itself has kind of a little bit of that tanginess that you might get from a sourdough flavor. Once the noodles are cooked, they're simply tossed in butter and salt. It's garnished with some Parmesan and poppy seeds. I was born in downtown Minneapolis. I've lived in Minneapolis, South Minneapolis my entire life. I got into cooking just after high school, more for just a job than anything else. I was in a band. I had big dreams of becoming a rock star. Kind of wanted to be like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What?
Drums. While that was all going on, I was working in kitchens. Chicken and foie gras, and to me, it's one of the best dishes in the city. It's served with gnocchi and caramelized onions, a Parisian gnocchi. The Parisian gnocchi are made, you make the dough, and then you pipe them into boiling water. They drop in like dumplings, they boil. Then we take them out of that water and let them cool. Saute the Parisian gnocchis with the caramelized onions and put the sauces on top. The Bouillon Blanc has a lot of flavor, and so we don't want to put something else on the plate that's going to mask that flavor. Parisian gnocchis are perfect for that because there's a mild flavor. The caramelized onions work great with it. I've left the hamburger place I've been working at and moved to a restaurant that actually served things with fresh herbs. This was back in the late 80s. There weren't a lot of good restaurants in Minneapolis. I wanted a creative outlet somewhere, and if music wasn't gonna work out, I started seeing that food could be a creative outlet. The reason I opened the 112 Eatery was because I wanted to do things on my terms. What we did at the 112 was serve fine dining food at way lower prices and a way more casual atmosphere. Music was kind of loud, yet you could get foie gras or sweetbreads. Dish number 3 is our barramundi with crazy water. Crazy water is in Italian. It's a very classic tomato broth. I added San Marzano canned tomatoes. Using those to make this broth adds a whole nother richness to it. The broth, to me, is the center point of that dish. The fish gets pan roasted, broth gets heated up, then we take a piece of bread and we saute it in olive oil till it's brown and crispy. The broth is kind of poured over it and around it, and then the fish is sitting on top of the bread. We opened St Pierre in the spring of 2025. I like it when people come into a restaurant and are surprised by the things that are on the menu. They thought there was a steakhouse where they were going to get giant asparagus and mashed potatoes. We don't offer those things. We have much more interesting things. St Pierre is my wife's last name. My wife is my partner. My business partner. Her opinion is probably the most important for me. I'll make something and I'll have her try it, and if she wrinkles her nose, I'll know that I need to go back and fix it. Dish number 4 is our mushroom confit. The king oyster mushrooms, which are really thick stemmed mushrooms and really meaty. We slice them thin, about 1/4 inch thick, and we bake them in the oven submerged in olive oil and a little bit of vinegar and salt and garlic and chili flakes for 2 hours at a really low temperature. After they come out of the oven and they cool down, they still retain their texture. It's a dish that I worked on for weeks. And I would adjust the recipe and adjust the vinegar and adjust the cooking time, and I finally feel like I got it. It's a cold dish. Taleggio sauce is just basically taleggio and cream. Taleggio is a funny cheese because it's really pungent. It's a soft cheese, so it melts nice, yet it has a lot of flavor. It's just a great Italian cheese. The first one I got, well, in high school, I put the ones on my hand and this little one there, and they weren't too thrilled because I was like 15. The last dish is our potato cakes. They were actually developed by Danny Del Prado back when we worked at Birch together, and I had told him I wanted a potato cake that tastes like the potato cakes you used to get at Arby's in the 80s when I was in high school, because that's probably the last time I ate at Arby's. I used to love their potato cakes. He was able to get pretty close to developing a potato cake that has the same texture, far better than Arby's. It has raw potato in it, it has potato flakes in it, flour, egg, salt, and it's put on a sheet pan, and then it's frozen so that we can take it out of the freezer and cut them into the little triangles that we want. Or we just throw them in the deep fryer and they come out, we toss them a little salt. It's a really addictive deep fried potato cake and we just serve it with ketchup. My goal is to be able to serve different and interesting things and kind of challenge ourselves in the kitchen. But more than anything, I just want them to say that the food's delicious.